everybody. It is week 4. I can't believe it's already the end of January. Super excited to be here today. I think we have some newbies, so welcome everybody. If you have not already looked at some of the previous sessions and the recordings, please do not feel like we're doing the same introduction each week. So we might go a little bit fast for you, but keep up. The main thing is to keep moving. And then I would encourage you after today to go back. Like I said, we are doing the same warm-up exercises each time. And really that's because I want to be able to, I think those exercises are really, really important. And so when we do them every single week, the warm-up exercises are really about form, right? So I'm not spending as much time cueing each week because I think each time you're getting more and more used to those warm-up exercises. So you can do them on your own and you don't need me to cue you. But really thinking about form. So what we need is that a lot of the times with Parkinson's, our movements get smaller. And we do not want to let that happen. So really thinking about making sure we're making big, large amplitude movements, okay? So I cue that a little bit, and sometimes I'll just say big, or I say activate, right? And so that's really about standing up nice and tall and getting that big form in there. So I just wanted to say that, but welcome everybody. And then I also had some people talk to me about they are having to do some seated because of safety reasons, and some injuries. And sometimes it's hard to correlate and put the standing exercises into a seated format. So what I think I might do is, I need to talk to Jill about this. I just thought about this right before we got on here, but maybe I will just teach a seated class that can be recorded and maybe not have it be live. The reason for that is because I really want the 6 classes that we do here to be in standing, because I think most people have the ability to be in standing for most of the time. But I do want to make sure that everybody's included. So I might try to see if I can record just the warm-up exercises in a seated position so that can help everybody out. With that being said, I want to, today's focus is going to be on endurance. Okay, so we've talked about strength, we've talked about balance, and we're going to take some of those exercises after the warm up and include them in our endurance training. So if you look at the science and the research for people with Parkinson's, what they say is that in order to stop or delay the progression of Parkinson's, you need to be getting your heart rate up to 80 or 85% of heart rate max. That means we're probably going to be sweating. That means you're probably going to be out of breath a little bit, and that is okay. We want to be getting that heart rate elevated so that we can make sure that our exercises are as effective as possible. And so we're going to get into a little bit more details on how we're going to do that later after we do our warm-up. The other thing that I want to mention, so I don't forget at the end, is that next session, we might need a little bit more room. We might do some walking with our exercises. And so if you have a hallway that you can be close to, or even just your living room, try to give it a little bit of a clear space so that you can walk back and forth. That would be awesome. Remember that I am always going to be mirroring the exercises. So when I say go to your left, I will be going to my right. It doesn't matter if that confuses you. You can go to your right too while I'm going to my right. Whatever works best for you, but just keep moving. And lastly, we just want to talk about safety again. Make sure there's a chair behind you. We always want you challenging yourself. So when I recommend raising a pole off of the ground, if that doesn't seem safe to you, don't do it. Keep both poles on the ground. If that seems safe and that it's something that's going to really challenge you, do it. Because we want to make sure that we're pushing the limits, but being safe, because that's how our balance is going to get better. That's how our strength is going to get better, is if we push ourselves. So with that being said, remembering the 4 things that we need for class. 1 is a chair, just to be on the safe side, especially today. You might need it just a little bit. If we get tired, hopefully not. Hopefully we can just slow down a little bit. Have it behind you in case you lose your balance. We want to always have our poles with us, of course. This is an urban polling class. We want to also have our water at all times. If I don't give you enough chance or opportunity to drink your water, please, I'm a huge proponent of drinking water to reduce cramps, to make sure we don't get dehydrated, and also to make sure that we're not getting dizzy. So if you need to stop and take a drink of water, please do so at any time while we're doing our exercise. And the last thing I ask you guys to bring to every single class is a positive, open mindset, because we want to make sure that we are doing the best that we can while we're here. So last time, if you remember, I figured out a way to do our warm-up exercises in a way that I don't have to count, so I don't goof up the counting for you. So we're gonna do that again. We're gonna do all of our exercises, and we're gonna do them for 45 seconds, okay? You can try to keep up with me, or if I'm going too fast, do it in your own speed, okay? Remember, form over speed. Big amplitude movements. I'm gonna try to go slow because that's, again, we're not going for speed during our warm-ups, but I just want to reiterate that. And then in between our exercises, I will be introducing the next exercise and kind of giving some education on why we do it. Remember, every single exercise that we do has a purpose, right? Whether it be for function, whether it be to help with some symptoms that we might have, but they're all for a purpose. So let's get started. We need to remember that the first, we need our nice big posture, right? So our first exercise is that our arms are out to the side. We have a nice wide stance. Our feet are far apart. The poles are at an angle that is, they're going to be flat on the ground. So we're going to bring them into our sides and then we activate, right? So we're getting nice and big here and activate. So go ahead and come with me. We're doing our 45 seconds right now. Okay, so we're here and then we're activating. From the side, remember, our poles are out, you're coming in and activate. Your hips are coming forward, your chest is going out. Here and activate. For those of you that have been doing this for a while now, when you activate, maybe your fingers can get nice and big now because that's going to help with handwriting. That's going to help with buttoning your shirts. Excellent. Okay, we want to reset ourselves. So we're getting our feet nice and wide. Our arms are coming out here. Our next exercise is that weight shift. You are going to shift all of your weight to your left leg while I shift mine to my right leg, okay? So you're just going to mirror me. So you're going out to the side and then you're activating. We're always going to do that big posture move, that initial exercise that we did between each rep. So here we go. So you're going to weight shift and activate. Weight shift and activate. On this one, your toe is staying on the ground, but we want to try to shift all of our weight to that one leg. Activate.
Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Remember, when we're activating, we're pushing into that ledge, but not super hard. Okay, take a little break. This time, we're going to readjust. Our feet are nice and wide. Our poles are out to the side. When we weight shift, if we can, we're going to kick that leg up in the air just a little bit, and then we're going to come back and activate. Okay, so we're shifting that weight, kicking that leg up if we can, and coming back. Try to make it an active kick and not just raise our leg off the ground. That's going to help activate our glute muscles, which helps us to walking. Here we go. So shift and kick, activate, shift and kick, activate, shift and kick and activate. This is going to help us if we can get all of our weight shifted to one leg and improve our balance on one leg. It is going to help us with walking. It's going to help us with stairs, right? So shift, kick, big.
10 seconds.
Remember, you do not have to keep up with me. I want you guys to go your own speed here and really get good form. Excellent. Okay, this is the twist one. So we are shifting all of our weight still, okay, to your left leg. You're going to close, open behind you, close, get big and activate, okay? So if you don't feel comfortable coming here and opening again, maybe you open halfway, right? Maybe you keep your pull right here, completely fine, whatever works best for you. So you're shifting your weight, you're closing, you're opening, closing, opening, and activate. Shift your weight, close, open, close, open, activate. Because we've been doing them for a while, sometimes the motions are going to become more fluid and not a step-by-step process. So what that means is that at the same time I'm shifting my weight, I'm closing, opening, closing, opening, activate.
Rest.
Excellent. Okay, we'll get our feet nice and wide. Our poles are out to the side. We're really working on that activate piece or our posture. So again, we're coming in here and then we're activating. Pushing into that ledge nice and gently, getting our fingers nice and big. Let's go. Here we go. Activate, activate, right? We want to be standing up nice and tall, working on that postural instability that a lot of the times we find ourselves hunched over forward. This is really going to help us stand up nice and tall and big, which is why we reset ourselves to this posture. This is our activate posture between each and every exercise that we do for this set of 4 warm-ups. Here we go. Keep going. Activate and activate and activate. Good. Take a little break. Now we're going to shift all of your weight to your right leg, right? So reset yourself. Your feet are wide. Your poles are out to your side, perpendicular to the ground. You're shifting all of your weight to your right side. And then we're coming back and activating that posture. Shift your weight and activate. All right, you have about 5 seconds left before we start. Here we go. Shift your weight and back and activate. Weight shift and activate. A lot of the times it might be harder to do a weight shift on one side or the other. And that is completely fine. That's normal. But it's something that you want to take in and really listen to your body and really push to try to make this exercise bigger on the side that's more difficult. It's a good time to work on it. And big, and activate, and activate. Good. So my pole was slipping a little on that one. You can always readjust your poles. All the floors and flooring is a little bit differently, but when we reset and bring our poles to the ground, we want to try to put them in a position that they're not going to slip. So now we're going to shift our weight and kick our foot up just a little bit and come back and activate. So we're shifting our weight, kicking up, and coming back and activate. Here we go. Shift, shift, kick, and up. This is getting easy for you. You can do that all in one motion like I was saying. So you can make it a little bit more fluid, right? If you're still getting at it and it's a little bit harder, you can go slower. Remember, you're here to make yourself better, not anybody else. Everybody is on their own level here, really trying to push yourself.
10 seconds.
Good, so shift, kick, activate, shift, kick, activate, shift, kick, activate. All right, So now it's for our twist motion, right? So to help get rid of rigidity, so we're resetting our feet, we're getting our poles out to the side. You're going to shift your weight to that right-hand side, close your pole, open up behind you, close again, and then open, okay? Again, you can make that more fluid if this is getting easy for you. Ready, and go. Shift your weight, close, open, close, open, activate. So for those of you that it's your first day or you weren't here on day one, I would highly recommend going back to that video. We went a lot slower that day and really spent time on
10 seconds.
the steps on how to do these exercises. And if this is, so we can stop, if this is your first day, don't be discouraged, right? This is our 4th time doing these exercises, so everybody here is kind of accustomed to them now because we've been doing them. Okay, we're switching our technique. So our feet are nice and wide, but this time our elbows are at 90 degrees. So they're a few inches out from the side of your feet and about a foot in front of you. So this time what we're doing is we're bringing the poles in and we're activating here. And then we're gonna sit back, activate. All right, let's go. Activate. So from the side, it's gonna look like this. Activate. So this is our second set of 4 exercises. This is our power posture or our activate posture, right? So we're here and here, here and here. Maybe you don't want to get down so low, but really trying to activate when you bring those poles in. So push into that ledge just a little bit. We're keeping our shoulders nice and relaxed. Our hips are coming forward and our shoulders are going back. So you can show me how nice and tall you are, right? Good. All right, I want you to reset yourself. This time, you're going to shift all of your weight to your left leg and you're going to take a step forward with your right leg. Remember, we want to see between your legs, right? So keep them nice and wide and your front leg should come up between your 2 poles. So here, we're going to come forward, shift our weight forward, and we're going to do that activate pose, and then we're going to rock backwards, okay, and relax. Here we go. Activate and back, activate and back, activate and back. Great job.
Halfway there. 10 seconds.
Readjust those poles if they start slipping like mine just did. Good. We're going to rest. So the next exercise, again, we're going to be stay in the staggered stance. So take a look down, make sure that you can see between your legs so that you have a nice wide stance. The front leg should be up between your poles. This time when you activate forward, you're going to kick your leg back, okay? When I say kick your leg back, I don't want it to go behind you. I kind of want it, if you were thinking that you're standing in a clock, to kick back to what I would say would be about a 5 position, okay? Here we go. So you're shifting forward, kick back, and then you're going to sit back, shift forward, activate, kick. You really want to feel it in the leg that's kicking up in your glutes or your buttocks, okay? Activate.
10 seconds.
Excellent. Okay, So the next one is, again, reset ourselves. We're still in that staggered stance. You can see between your legs, you have a nice wide stance. Your front foot is between your poles. This time you're taking your pole and reaching across your body, okay? So the pole from the foot that's behind you is reaching across. You should be looking at the wall that's on the side of you. Here we go. So you're shifting forward, reaching across, coming back and relaxing. Coming forward, reaching across. We want to make sure that we're making a really big reach across and coming back. Again, we're working on rigidity. We're working on that weight shift and really making big reaching motions. Try to look at your pole when you reach across if you can. That's helping. All right, take a rest. We're gonna go back to the beginning and work on our power activate posture for these 4 exercises. So again, our feet are shoulder width apart. Our poles are a few inches out from our feet and up in front of us. This is the one where we activate and relax. Activate and relax. Again, from the side, it looks like this. Activate, relax. Okay. Here we go. Remember, our ledge is there because we want to push our hands into it nice and gently. But when you push into that ledge, you should feel your lats activate. You should feel your arms activate, right? They're really helping to push you up to stand nice and tall. That ledge should make it so that you do not have to death grip. If you can see my hands, they're nice and wide. When I'm activating, I'm not even having to hold on to the poles because my hand just sits right on that ledge. It's really, really nice. Good. So this time, you guys are going to shift all of your weight to your right leg and step forward with your left leg. Again, making sure in that staggered stance that you have some, you can see between your legs and your front leg steps up between your poles. We're going to shift forward and activate and shift backwards and relax. Okay, shifting all of your weight to your back leg, shift forward and back. All right, let's go. I'm going to show you from the side. So you're shifting back, activate, shifting back, activate. Keep going. Remember, it's not about speed here. If you go slower, completely fine, right? Making sure that you get your weight shifted back, coming forward, making sure you're standing nice and tall, and then shifting back, standing tall, okay? It's all about form, okay? So we're resetting our feet again. You can rest, sorry about that. Making sure our feet are staggered. You can see between your left leg is between your poles. This time when you come to shift forward and activate, that back leg is kicking up, trying to keep your body nice and tall. I don't want this, right? I just want a little motion right there. That leg should go out to the 7 position. Here we go. We're back, we're activating and kicking. Doesn't have to be big, even if you can't get that leg off of the ground, just go back up to your toe, right? It's all about being safe. Activate. We're almost done with warm-ups. You guys are all doing amazing. So kick back if you can. Excellent. All right, this is the last one. So again, we want to make sure we're set up correctly. We're in that staggered stance. We have some space between, we can see between our legs. Your left leg is between your poles. Now you're going to take your right pole, and when you shift forward to activate, you're going to reach across your body to that wall that's on the side of you and come back. Okay, here we go. So back, reach across. I want that a big reach. Okay, I want it to go all the way across your body and come back. You should be looking at that side wall. I love it to be as high as it can in the air. But if you have shoulder issues, try to get it as wide, just straight across, whichever one's good for you. Awesome. All right, we're done with warm-ups. You guys are getting so good at them. Take a little break, get some water. I'm going to adjust our timer here. And then we're going to move into and start talking about the endurance circuit that we're going to be doing today. We want to, if you're a person with Parkinson's, the evidence shows that the only way to stop or delay the progression of Parkinson's is one, with exercise, but two, it is getting our heart rate up, okay? And what is being seen right now is that it needs to be at 80 or 85% of your heart rate max, okay? So that means it's really getting it elevated. And so a lot of the times, I don't think that we're necessarily doing that. What I want and what I usually hear a lot is that, oh my gosh, I'm sweating, I need to sit down, or oh my gosh, I'm getting out of breath, I need to sit down. And honestly, that's where I want you to be. So another way to look at this, if you don't have a heart rate monitor and you don't know what 80 or 85% of your heart rate max is, we can use what's called the rate of perceived exertion scale, okay? So thinking about on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I haven't done anything, I've been sitting all day, 10 being I can't take another step or I'm just going to fall to the ground. Okay, I don't want that to happen, right? That's a 10. We need to be getting to that 7 or 8. Now, if today's the first day that you've exercised and you haven't been doing any exercise, then we need to gradually increase that because I want you to keep exercising. So think about if you've been with us, this is your 4th week, then probably we can be getting to that 5 or 6, right? So knowing that that's good for us and building that endurance. So we're going to take some of our balance and strength training exercises that we've already learned, and we're going to turn them into a sports themed circuit. So we're going to do a minute of work with 15 seconds of rest. Okay. And what the goal is that you want to be pushing yourself. If you get tired, slow down. Okay. And if last resource, if you're like, oh my gosh, this isn't helping, you can sit down, okay? But I want you to just back off, because if you go slower, then that's going to help slow your heart rate down again. Make sure you're breathing. A lot of the times what people will do is, because they're so focused and so concentrated on what we're doing, they're holding their breath, and that is not going to be beneficial for you, okay? So we're going to push ourselves. If we start to get really exhausted, we're going to slow down, because speed will help us build that endurance. We're going to slow down, and then if we need to, we can stop and take a break. We can sit down if we absolutely need to catch our breath and then get back up and keep going. Get a drink of water while we're doing this, right? So these are our exercises. I'm going to introduce the exercises first, and then we're going to jump into that circuit. So the first exercise is a ski jump. Okay, so we're going to become athletes, all of us, in all different sports. We're going to be jack of all trade athletes. So thinking about a ski jumper, our feet are going to be right underneath of us. Our poles are going to be out in front of us. We're going to really squat down or scoot our bottom back. Okay, and then I'm going to say jump, and you're going to, just like we're jumping off the side of the cliff, and we want to have excellent posture, right? We want to hit that jump. Okay, and then we're going to come back here again. And then we're going to jump. Okay. We're gonna come back here. We're gonna hit the edge and go off the ledge, and we're gonna jump. Those are not technical terms, so I apologize if you were a ski jumper. You're gonna have to unmute and tell me what the technical term is. But that's what I want it to look like, okay? So I want everybody to practice here. Our feet are right underneath of us. We're sitting down and squatting like we're coming down the hill. You can move your poles back here if you want to. You're probably gonna have the best. They might even add an angle right here. Remember, you wanna be safe. You want your poles to be planted into the ground, and then you're gonna jump, okay? So that coming up needs to be nice and big. So you're here, we're gonna jump. If you're safe and you know what, and you really feel like you can jump, maybe you jump, right? I have so many people that tell me I can't jump. And if you haven't done it for a long time, it can be really scary, okay? And I don't want you to do it if you feel unsafe. But if you've been in some of my classes, I know some of you can jump, so I want you to push yourself. If you can't jump off the ground, when you come up, go up onto your toes, okay? Whatever you feel comfortable with. I want that to be a powerful up. So make sure you're practicing that, okay? So we're gonna do about 5 of them together. We're gonna sit back and jump. Sit back. How fast can you jump off? Okay. Here, jump. I don't want it to look like this, okay? I want you to sit in that position a little bit because you're coming down that hill and all of a sudden you hit the ledge and you have to jump. Good. Sit here and jump. Excellent. Okay, that's exercise 1, okay? Exercise 2. We're completely shifting gears and we're gonna become ballerinas. So you're going to stand on your left leg, okay? Your poles are out in front of you. And you're going to, like a ballerina, you're gonna point your toe, you're gonna touch in front of you, touch to the side, touch to the back, and touch to the other side, okay? So you're gonna touch in front, touch in back, or to the side, back, and over here. This is like one of the moves that we did the other day, right? So here, keep that toe pointed. If this is easy for you, okay, if this isn't easy for you, you can put a little bit more weight through that foot, okay? If this is easy, maybe you don't touch your foot down at all, going all the directions. Or maybe you lift one arm up, like a ballerina would do, and put it over their head. Okay, whatever is going to be challenging for you but safe for you. So everybody try that, okay? You're all on your left leg right now. Really thinking about the left leg, the leg that you're standing on needs to be solid, right? It needs to really help keep you up nice and tall. So your knee should be a little bit bent, not straight and locked out, a little bit bent. And you should be squeezing your bottom so that you're standing up nice and tall. I don't want to see any of this happening here, okay? So really be using that ledge of the handle so it keeps you up nice and tall. Good. Let's try the other leg now. So you're gonna shift all of your weight to your right leg, okay? And then you're gonna be ballerina. Toes are gonna touch. Modification is that the toes don't have to touch, but they're pointed. Or maybe you raise one arm above your head, just like you're a ballerina. Good. Practice that side a little bit more. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 30 seconds on one side. I'm gonna tell you to switch, and then you're gonna do the other 30 seconds on the other side, okay? Sometimes balance is a little bit harder when we start to get tired. So just forewarning. All right, our third exercise are called skaters. Okay, so our feet are nice and wide. Okay, we're gonna get down like we're a skater and we're gonna push off to one side. Okay, push off, push off, push off. So our feet are not going straight back, but they're going out to the side. If you can do a little bit of a jump, fantastic. If that's too hard, okay, bring your foot back, kick back, bring it back, kick back, okay? As fast or as slow as you need to. Remember, I want your foot going out to the side and not straight back or behind you. So try to kick it to that 5 and that 7 position. My legs are a little bit bent here. So when you feel comfortable, start practicing, okay? If you can speed it up a little bit and jump, fantastic. If you want to get your arms involved, so we're getting some reciprocal motion in here. So we're working on our coordination. I'm all about it, right? Whatever is going to challenge you. All right, the next minute, we're going to be swimming. So our poles are going to come out in front of us and together, okay? You're going to shoot your arms out and you're going to squat down a little bit. Then you're going to make a big motion back and stand up tall. Out and back, out and back. This is a great time. If you're feeling a little bit tired, you can just sit here for a few counts, stretch it out in your back and your arms, and then come forward, okay? So an active rest break where you're really just getting a stretch in there. Really come up nice and tall. So you're shifting out. This is the breaststroke, I think, right? All right, so practice that a few times. And we have one more. We're gonna go through this twice, okay? So it's 1 minute on, 15 seconds rest. We're gonna go through it twice. But remember, you can always slow things down if you start getting out of breath, which I want you to get out of breath. But if you feel like you cannot handle it anymore, slow it down, take a deep breath, get some water, and start back up again when you feel ready, okay? Remember, we want that RPE scale going up from just the 1. Okay, last one is boxing. So our feet are wide. We're gonna duck and punch, okay? We're gonna duck and punch across our body. We're gonna duck and miss their punch, and then we're gonna punch across our body. Punch, okay? Everybody try it. So your poles are on the ground, you're ducking to miss their punch, and then you're going to punch, okay? I want that big. So you're ducking and punching really big, okay? Whoever you're mad at right now, you really want to get some power behind it and big motions. I don't want to see this, okay? I want to see a big duck and a punch across. A big duck and a punch across, okay? Give me some power with this. All right, is everybody ready? Whew, I'm sweating already. I need to open up my window. All right, let me get our timer here. All right, our first one is the ski jump. So get your feet right underneath of you. Here we go. We're squatting down and we hit the edge and jump. We're squatting down. We hit the edge and jump, right? Squatting down, hit the edge and jump if you can. You can do this at your own pace, okay? So you don't have to follow me, but I want you to challenge yourself. So 2 seconds here and then jump. 2 seconds here, maybe you go to your toes. 2 seconds here, and then you just get up as fast as you can. Whatever that is that's challenging for you. Okay, so squat for about 2 seconds and then power up. Squat, power. Squat, power. Nice job, everybody. We're gonna have to join the Olympics after this. Rest. All right, second, we become ballerinas, right? So all of our weight is gonna be on our left leg, pointing our toe, and going in all 4 directions. That's next. Ready, go. You're here. If this isn't challenging, your foot maybe doesn't hit the ground. Or maybe you lift one pole above your head. Whatever's best for you, okay? Maybe it's slower, so you're there, you're here, you're here. Remember, we don't want to death grip our poles. Our hands are just resting nicely, nice and gently on there. All right, we're gonna switch legs to the other side. Hands are nice and loose. Maybe we lift one arm. Excellent. Okay, we're skaters now. So we're gonna start here. Our poles are flat on the ground in front of us. Your legs kicking back, okay? From here, it's here, here. You guys are still breaking right now. All right, time to go. 1 minute, okay? If that's too fast, you're kicking back. You're stepping back, okay? Maybe it's even smaller steps. Remember, this is all about you and how you feel. I just ask that you give me 100% and you push yourself, right? Some days might be better than others. Maybe you're thinking, oh my gosh, last week, I felt so much better. Guess what? That's how I felt today when I was out on my run too. But you're here, and we're having fun, right? So maybe you're here. Hands are nice and loose. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're here, right? Get those arms moving so you have some coordination going with it. Excellent. Take a little rest. Take some nice deep breaths. Stand up tall. The next one is swimming. So your feet are wide, your poles are in front of you. You're going to shift your hands out, right? If you need to, take a few deep breaths here and then come back around nice and big. Your hands go out and then they come back nice and big. Okay, here we go. Out. Back and around. If you need to sit here and take a few deep breaths, that's fine. Stretch a little bit. Come back. Out. Come back. Excellent job. Readjust your poles if they're slipping or doing things that make you uncomfortable, right? When you get back up here, readjust them a little bit. Sit here, stretch it out, come back. Excellent. All right, we're taking a little break. Our last exercise is boxing. So our feet are nice and wide. We're ducking and punching, okay? We're ducking and punching. Give me some power. Make me really know that you are mad at whoever it is. All right, here we go. Duck, punch, duck, punch, right? I don't want any of this, okay? You're ducking and punching as hard as you can. Punch, duck, punch. If you can't squat down near as much, right? Duck a little bit smaller. Duck, punch, duck, punch. Excellent job. We're almost there. Power. Power. Show me your power. You're going to get paid for fighting. All right, take a break. We're starting from the top again. You might have to go slower this time, but I want you to keep pushing. Remember, this is about endurance. We want that heart rate up. I'm sweating, okay? The first one is ski jumps. 2 seconds, jump. You're here, jump, okay? Whatever's right for you, go up onto your toes, but really power it up when you jump off that cliff. You're here, okay? My glasses are falling down my nose. Should wear my contacts. So whatever level you're at, you can all challenge yourself. Here, jump, okay? Maybe you do a combination of jumping and then you do a few lower, right? Where you're just using your power. Nice job, keep pushing, we're almost there. Excellent, all right, we're ballerinas again. So you're gonna shift all of your weight. You're getting your poles out to the side, all of your weight to your left-hand side, okay? And we're gonna point our other leg. You are on a break right now. Here we go. Front, side, back, across. Maybe you mix it up. Maybe you go cross, back, side, front. Maybe your foot doesn't touch down, right? Whatever's best for you. Our hands are staying nice and loose on these poles. Our shoulders are nice and loose, but we're standing up tall, okay? Maybe you can bring one arm above your head. We are shifting our weight to the other leg and switching legs, okay? Again, one leg might be easier than the other. Notice that, right? That means we need to work on it. That's why we do one-legged things, so that we can work on both legs individually and help both of them get better. Big, good. All right, rest. We got skaters next, okay? So skaters, we're here and we're coming out to the side, okay? If you can hop, great. If not, kick that foot back. Let's go. Here we are, or your higher level, or maybe you're here and you want to work on your coordination a little bit. So you're getting your arms out. We're getting more upper extremity, lower extremity, okay? Again, our hands are nice and loose. Whatever's best for you. You guys are doing fantastic. Again, if you need some water, get some water. If you need to slow down, slow down. Make sure you're breathing, okay? We're almost there. Then we're gonna start swimming. Make sure you're breathing, nice deep breaths, and rest. All right, swimming is next. So our poles are gonna come together in front of us. You're going to push out and come back nice and big, okay? You still have 5 seconds left before we get started. Here we go. Push out. If you need to sit there and let yourself stretch a little bit, take a few deep breaths, and then come back around, that's okay. And here. Make sure you're breathing as we go. Sit here a little bit and come around. Remember, go at your own pace. If you can go faster, right? If you're not challenged, go faster. Squat deeper, okay? We have 10 seconds of this exercise, and then we're on to our last exercise in the circuit. Take a break. Fantastic. We have one exercise left for 1 minute. We can all do hard things and push through for a minute, right? So get your feet nice and wide. This is our boxing. At this point, it might be my head that's on the boxing bag. So we're gonna duck and punch, right? duck, and punch. If you are mad at me because you're like, oh my gosh, Joy, I can't believe you're making me do this. Punch at me, right? Punch at me. Duck and punch. Duck and punch. If you need to go slower, go slower. I want power and in those punches, okay? You got 30 seconds left. That's all we have left before we do a little bit of a cool down today. Punch, duck, punch, duck, power, duck, power. Make sure you're connecting, right? Duck, punch. 10 seconds. Awesome job. Give yourself a hand. I hope everybody's sweating or breathing a little bit heavier, okay? But this is how you can incorporate endurance and work on balance and strengthening at the same time. So we're getting a lot of things accomplished because remember, the guidelines say that we need to be getting endurance training or cardiovascular training. We need to be getting strength training, balance training, and mobility training. We need a little bit of all of those. And if we can get them all in one workout, that makes it even better, right? So I just want everybody to stand with their feet apart, take a deep breath in, and then breathe out. Good. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. You should all be patting yourselves on the back. And actually, I want us to just work on cool down. So if you can, take your poles behind your back, okay? And we're just going to rock back and forth, nice and calm, okay? If that is too much for you, do it with the poles in your hands, okay? So just kind of gently rock back and forth. Taking deep breaths while we go. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Really. Now we're gonna come back to the middle. I want us to shake our legs out, 1 or 2 at a time. Shake them out. Okay, you guys worked hard today. Good. Next time we're gonna do a little bit of walking exercises. So if you have the space, that's awesome. If you don't, then we can modify. You can just stay in one spot. But if you have the ability to do a little bit of walking, that would be fantastic. So we will see you in a week.
The Wisconsin Parkinson Association is a grassroots organization funded by people like you. To support more local programming like this, visit wiparkinson.org.